a local entrepreneur, public speaker. He owns a couple of businesses here locally, and he's just going to give you some motivation, hopefully, to get you through the last couple of weeks of the semester, and then hopefully we'll get through the rest of the year. So one thing I'm going to ask, in respect Mr. Pettis, please put away your phone and your headphones when you leave. It's going to be a 30-minute presentation. It's not going to be long. So please, I'm going to say it again, please, pay attention. All right, we have a bigger class. Last class was a lot smaller. So I know there's more of y'all, and your teacher will be walking around. So please give Mr. Pettis some respect, okay? Good?
All right, thank you. All right, how's everybody doing today? Am I in between you and the end of the day? Yes? Okay, so everybody wants to go home or to a football game or something? All right, okay, so again, my name is David Pettis, and I'm here to talk to you about a few things. The last session, so just to give you guys some clarity, I am not, I do speak, but I never speak to young adults like yourselves, so this is very challenging. I probably have a lot worse language, so I gotta catch my tongue sometimes, and gotta be a little more nice. So let me tell you a little bit about me before I get to what I do today. So how many of you are seniors, by the way? Raise your hand if you're a senior. Okay, put your hands down. Sophomore, junior, raise your hand. Sophomores, raise your hand. Any freshmen? Raise your hand. All right. So just get to know where you guys are at. So I want you to pay attention to me because I'm going to share some things with you. If you learn how to do these things right and you learn from my story, I'm going to show you how to become a millionaire. Are you okay with that? All right, that doesn't sound weak. So if you want to be a millionaire, say yes.
Yes.
That was really weak. Yeah. If you want to be a millionaire, say yes. All right, I'm waking you guys up. All right, maybe y'all are on the sugar crash probably, right? I had an energy drink before I came here, so we're ready. All right, so I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself first. So I was raised in a small community called Rio Hondo, Texas. Anybody know where that's at?
Yeah.
Woo, I'm just down the road, right? I was raised in a small community where everybody knows your name. In fact, my graduating class had 100 people. How many in your graduating class? 600? Man, do y'all know each other, everybody? You never met everybody, right? Well, I knew everybody, okay? When I was a kid, as you can tell, I'm a little different, right? You think people made fun of me? You think I got called a lot of names? You're probably thinking about them all right now, right? I was made fun of a lot when I was a kid. I was bullied. I was made fun of. I was told a lot of mean things. In fact, that really hurt me. It hurt my self-esteem. I wasn't a very confident person. I wasn't able to talk to a lot of people. I was very shy. I would hide in the corner, if you will. I wasn't very active. I didn't play sports. I didn't do anything really because I was always afraid that somebody was going to make fun of me. And when I was growing up in this small community, it was really hard to hide because everybody could see we're in little classes, right? Really small. Well, as I grew up and I got older, I had it in my mind that I wasn't going to do much with my life. I really didn't know what I was going to do. In fact, when I got to y'all's age, all I wanted to do is just hang out and chill. You know, we didn't have YouTube and stuff back then, but we'd watch TV and go hang out and rollerblade and do stuff outside. Y'all wouldn't know anything about that, right? I did a lot of stuff that probably I shouldn't have done. In fact, I could probably go into some extreme details, but you probably don't want to hear that. But I didn't do a lot of right things. When I got to high school, when I was going to graduate, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I was still a shy, timid guy. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I graduated high school without applying for any colleges, any universities, anything. I didn't know. I just told myself I'm not going to do much because my parents, when I was 18 years old, they took a life insurance policy on me because they didn't think I was going to do much either. It was one of the most one of the most experiencing things. One of the hardest things to do is to think that nobody believed in you. And I didn't have anybody believing in me except for a friend of mine who called me 3 days before the semester began at TSTC and said, "Hey, you're going to go to college with me." I said, "I'm not going to go to college, man." He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm going to pick you up tomorrow. We're going to go register." And I said, "All right, we'll do that." I said, "There's probably girls there and fun, right?" So I went to college for 1 year at TSTC, and I failed every single class. I'm not joking. Every single one of them. I took like 8 classes and failed them all. And it wasn't for lack of trying. I just didn't show up. I failed everything that semester, or those 2 semesters. And I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, so I took that summer off because I had a really stressful year in college. And I didn't know what I was going to do until I realized one of my buddies, we were at a party, and he tells me, hey, David, I think you could do more, man. What are you going to do with your life? I said, I don't know. And he goes, why don't you go back to school? And I said, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. And I already failed at CSC. They don't want me back there. And he said, why don't you try somewhere else? And I said, okay, let's do that. I'll try it. So I registered to go to school at a university called UTB. Does anybody know what UTB stands for? University of Texas at Brownsville. That's not around anymore. It's UTRGB. Same thing, UTRGB. And I decided to go to school there. When I got there, I realized something. I realized that I was out of my comfort zone. I realized that I wasn't going to be comfortable there because I didn't know anybody. But then I also realized something else. That I could be whoever I wanted to be because nobody knew me there. So I got to change who I was. I wasn't a shy guy anymore. I wasn't scared. I did whatever I kind of wanted to do. I registered for classes. I walked around campus. I kind of got brave, and I joined some clubs, and I became part of the clubs. It's like, they have like a hierarchy, president and vice president. I joined all that stuff. I started communicating more, and what I learned was I had a gift. My gift was the ability to communicate with people like this. I didn't know I had this gift. It came out in college. Now, that didn't mean I made straight A's or anything, but what I did know is if I talked to my professors, I could get better grades. I really did. I did that. And so I connected really well. And I learned that was really one of my birthday gifts, because I believe, here you go, take this down because this is good. I believe each one of you is born with a gift at birth. It's a gift that lives in here that you don't know about yet, or maybe you have found it, and you've got to share it. My gift was the ability to get information, to learn, and to be able to give it out in a speech, in a presentation. It's kind of weird, but I never did it up here. I meant one-on-one. We'd sit in a group and I could communicate. When I could get up on this stage was less than 10 years ago. And I've been at a high school longer than 10 years. But what I learned then is that I could communicate really well, and I was out of my comfort zone, and nobody knew me, so I got to recreate me. What I also learned is that thing, back when I was in elementary, middle school, and high school, that I thought made me different and made me weird, and people made fun of me for it, which was my albinism, because I'm all white, right? What it made me do is stand out in college, so nobody could ever forget me. Just like y'all won't ever forget me, just so you know. You'll remember me. You'll see me in 3 years. You may not remember what I said, but you'll see me and say, I knew that guy. He went to my high school. I know you will, right or wrong. You're going to remember me. The thing that I thought was my worst enemy, which was my appearance, was my actual greatest asset. I stood out. So I started to mingle and become friends with people, and I started to play a lot of pool. Does anybody play pool billiards around here? Yeah, there you go. Well, I was good at it. I actually ran the billiards club at UTB. I was the president. I would go and hustle people for money. I would. That was how I would use money to buy stuff that I needed. And I got good at it, so good that I would hang out at different places. And there was this one place that I'd hang out all the time. And it was a local place, and I would hang out there all the time. I became really good friends with the owner because I could connect really well. I could connect with people. And so we became really close friends. After about 6 months to a year of hanging out there, the guy says, hey, I'm looking for a manager. And I said, I think I want to manage this place. And he says, why do you think you'd be a good manager? And I said, well, because I'm here every day. And he said, okay, let's do it. So I became the manager of this place, which was a bar. I don't know what a bar is. Very young at 23 years old. I didn't know anything. And by the way, I was still going to college. I hadn't finished. It took me, to give clarity, I didn't tell this to the last group, it took me 10 years to get a degree. Just so you know. I've never even tell people that, but I did. It took me 10 years to get a degree. But anyways, go back. 2000, I don't know what year it was, but I was 23 years old. I became the manager of a bar. In 6 months, the guy that promoted me to a manager with no experience, with no job experience in management, with no anything, no business experience. I didn't have anything. I was really just a pool player. Promoted me to manager. The guy comes to me and says, hey, I'm going to sell this business. And I said, oh my gosh, don't sell it. And if you do, I hope you hire someone or sell it to somebody I like or who likes me because I like my job. And he said, you're going to like the guy. And I said, okay, who is it? He goes, it's you. And I said, what do you mean you're going to sell it to me? He said, yeah. He goes, I want you to have it. I said, do you know how much I make? I go, you write the checks. I don't got very much money, man. He goes, no. You don't have to put up any money. I believe in you. And he gave me the keys. He believed in me. He gave me an opportunity nobody else would have given me. He believed in me more than my parents at the time, more than my friends from high school, more than anybody. And he gave me the opportunity to own one business. At 24 years old, I owned my own business. I was a business owner. I owned a bar. And if you're a single man at the time, which I was, that was a great thing. Owning a bar. It was one of my ambitions, one of my dreams. I owned my own business at 24. At 26, I bought my second business. It was a tax business. Most of you guys know who it is. It's called Liberty Tax. If you don't know who Liberty Tax is, I'm going to tell you. If you drive around San Benito, Harlingen, Raymondville, Brownsville, McAllen, Farr, Edinburgh, any city in the Roguy Valley, and you see a guy in a Statue of Liberty costume doing this, he works for me. I own all the Liberty Taxes in the Roguy Valley and in Corpus Christi. I bought that in one store in Harlingen, Texas in 2008. I was a 2-year business owner. Now let me tell you why I share this story. The reason that I got into business was because somebody believed in me. Somebody said, I believe in you. And the only reason they believed in me is I'm going to share a few things that made me stand out besides my appearance. And if you take these things in, I bet you somebody's going to believe in you too. All right, y'all ready? You ready to learn how to be millionaires now? What if I told you I'm a millionaire today? Would you listen? What if I told you that? Yes or no? I hope so, because let me tell you something. Money isn't everything. You all know that, right? But it's like oxygen, you need it, right? Everybody needs money. So let me show you how to get some, okay? Would y'all like to hear something? Say yes. That was really weak. Only they want money over here. Everybody, you all can leave. No? No? You want money? Say yes. Who wants money? Say yes. Yes. All right. Who wants money? Say yes. This is important. You guys really know enthusiasm. I can give out scholarships here. Anybody excited about that? Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. So here it is, guys. There's one thing that I know will change everything for you, and that is you absolutely need to be trusted. Now let me tell you something. Trust is what I call credibility. You know, credibility equals trust, trust equals credibility. What that means is people can trust you. See, when I was young, I really wasn't a trustworthy guy. I don't mean because I was a thief or a criminal. When I think about trust, I think about somebody I can depend on. Somebody I can count on to be there when I need them. Like a best friend that always is there with a shoulder. Like somebody who would stand by your side even going to battle. When somebody would hold your hand. When somebody would buy you whatever in case you needed it. That's trust. Well, I learned very quickly that the only way you're going to get up anywhere in business, in a job, in college, in school, is by people believing that they can trust you. And I'm going to share with you some ways that you can build and you can lose trust. So let's talk about ways to lose trust. How many of you guys have homework almost every day? Raise your hand. Everybody here at least has had homework once, and if you didn't raise your hand, you're not paying attention, or you lie about other things too. But if you want to succeed, you have to do your homework. Would you agree? Yes or no? Yes. You all know this is a really active group. I think you all are going to make a lot of money. So, if you do your homework every single day, that's good. But if you turn it in on time, can people depend on you? Yes. Are you a dependable person? Yes. Yes, you are. And that's what trust is all about. If you go to a job and you work there for 1 week and you're late 3 days out of that first week, you are not dependable. You are not trustworthy. People will not keep you around. If you turn in your homework late 3 times, you are not trustworthy. You're not dependable. People won't believe in you. If you want to be a leader, who wants to be a leader in here? Say yes. Yes. There you go. Maybe not rich, but leaders want to be here. And leaders are dependable. So let me tell you something. The strongest statement, you should write this down. The strongest statement anybody can tell you in your lifetime is, I depend on you. I can count on you. Let me tell you how valuable this is. In high school, I really liked a girl. I really liked her a lot. I know in high school you throw the word L, love, around a lot, right? They don't mean anything in high school, trust me. It's really you like somebody. And I used to like this girl, and I was really shy, and I was really timid. I liked her a lot. In fact, I would talk to her all the time, and I liked her, and I thought we were going to date, and then a month later, she's with my best friend. How many has happened to you before? I know something here. Now, I share this with you. Hold on. I can share this with you because that person is now no longer dependable and no longer your best friend, correct? And you know what? From my story, I still don't talk to that dude or that girl, right? They lost my credibility. I don't have to believe in them. I don't trust them. This is what business is all about. This is what life is all about. If you have a professor who can't count on you to turn in your paperwork, how are they going to count on you for anything else? If you want to work somewhere and you show up late, how are they going to count on you for anything else? How are you ever going to be trusted with anything else? If you can't show up to work on time, why are they going to give you the keys to open? They won't, because trust comes with credibility, and credibility goes with trust. Now, ways to build it is to show up on time, do your homework, get the job done. I don't care how tired you are. You know, I have people who tell me all the time, David, they work for me, and they say, David, it's because X, Y, it's because my kids, David, it's because, the train would hit, and that's why I was late. And I said, to be very honest with you guys, I don't care. You know why? Because the world is either black and white. And I need you to know this because everybody keeps on telling you this thing, the real world, right? Y'all hear that statement, the real world? There's no such thing. You're living in it right now. This is the real world. What you do right now matters. So think about it this way. When somebody comes to me and says, David, the reason that I didn't finish my work was because my kids were sick, or because, David, my computer broke. I didn't have time. Most of the time people tell me something, they didn't have time to do it. Have you ever told that story to your teacher? I didn't have time last night. I got out of the game late. My mom made me clean something. You told that story, yes or no? Yeah. Okay, whenever somebody tells me that story, I say this. Did you sleep last night? Did you eat yesterday? No. And if you told me no to both of those, then I'd say, okay, you have a pass. But if you got 1 minute of sleep, if you ate one meal, that means you had time to do my work. Because that's what made you dependable. That's why I hired you, to be dependable. So if you want to grow in business, in life, become millionaires, become successful, be dependable. Number one. I'm going to give you the next one. Number two. You all said you like money, right? What if I can tell you something that's better than money? If I share this with you, would you like to hear it? Yeah. Nobody back there wants to hear it? Do you all want to know what's more important than money? Oh man, you guys are real chill. Here's the deal. The one thing that's more important than money is attention. It's attention. Attention is the new currency. It's what I exchange to be successful with you. You see, that thing, looking back, I'm 35 years old today. If I look back 30 years when I really started to remember stuff, and when people made fun of me for being white and called me all kinds of names and bullied me, there are people in my class, out of 100 people, that if I ran into at the store, I won't even remember. You have 600, okay? So I can see why you wouldn't. But what if I went to a school with 100 people? Do you think I should remember everybody? I should. I mean, especially I went to elementary, middle school, and high school because there's only one elementary, one middle school, one high school around me, right? I should know them all, right? I've run into people who went to high school with me that I don't remember. Can you believe that? But they remembered me. Attention is what pays today. Attention is what pays. Let me give you an example. I didn't call anybody to come speak to you today. Somebody called me. Why did somebody call me? Because I got attention. I don't mean that to brag, by the way. This is not to impress you. This is to impress upon you something. If you want to be successful, you got to get attention. And a lot of it. And I mean positive attention for some of you. Right? For some of you, it's not about getting in trouble. It's not about always being late. That's not attention. It's about getting good, positive attention by being a star. I'm going to tell you this because some of you are thinking, well, I just want to fit in. Don't fit in. Here's an example. Y'all like pizza? Some of you do. I think most people like pizza. What's the cheapest pizza you can get? The cheapest pizza? Where do you get it from? Ah, y'all know my favorite. I like Little Caesars. What's the most expensive pizza you can get? Everybody says Pizza Hut. It's really the truth. I mean, I'm not going to say they're not more expensive. I've eaten $60 pizzas. Oh my God. Truffle butter, baby. I know how to eat. Now, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars. You know, there's probably 100 different companies that sell pizza with a price range between between Pizza Hut and Little Caesars, and nobody knows about them because nobody cares, because they fit in the middle. In the middle, nobody cares about. It's only the best at the bottom or the best at the top. You only know the criminal that committed the worst crime or the guy who made it to billions. You don't know the people in the middle. You don't want to be there. That's where the poor live. You don't need to be average. The reason that you can't succeed is because you're not getting enough attention. Go out and get attention. Do your homework and do it early. Show up and show up early. And early is 20 minutes before you need to be there. Not on time, not 2 minutes. Right? Deliver your assignments on time or before time. And by the way, in my world, if you don't deliver it before time, you're late. You have to be this way to get attention. And I can't stress this enough, because in life, when I learned this, it changed my whole game. If you go on Facebook right now and type my name, David A. Bettis, and you look me up, you're going to find everything about me. I post 5 times a day on social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, because I want people to know me. Everybody needs to know David, because the more people know me, the more money people can flow me. You like that? Money comes to you. If you want to be successful, you have to attract money. Success isn't about chasing, it's attracting. People got to know you guys. I want you to know this, because if somebody would have told me this at your age, I would have owned a business at 18. If somebody would have told me this when I was your age,